Big difference between improving who you are and stepping into a new persona. Let me remark that again. There's a big difference between improving, stretching who you are, and stepping into a new persona. That is going to be our conversation for today. And by the way, I also am going to share some of the ways that we can work together. Hi, Elizabeth, while you're joining me here live. Say hi in the comments and also drop me a 1 if you're new to my live work. If you're new, drop me a 2. And if you're watching this via replay, hashtag replay. All right. Why of this? Hello here. Why I'm bringing this topic specifically this week? One of the things that I said to my clients, and when it comes to putting something out there, I walk the path first. I don't just talk about theory or I talk about something that I learned from a mentor and just throw it away. I think that is like a regurgitated information. What I get to do is when I want to prepare a topic or when I go through a initiation, I go through it, I see what I learned from and I get to share with you. So that is what actually happened in the last few days. And I was, through my post I was sharing with you here and there. A couple of days ago, I went through a deep initiation. And I knew right there that for me it was required not only to improve who I was, not only to make some changes here and there, but this thing required me to step into a new persona. And from there, making the moves. And that is what I did. This was due a code that it was on the cooking for almost 10 years. And when this code, and it was not even a aha moment, it was a whole integration came. Hello with me. I just felt, hello. If you're new to my live work, drop me a 1, you know that. If you're not new, drop me a 2. And when that code came, I was able to see the potency of my live work. Not coming from an ego, but actually coming from truth. I was able to see how my clients, even with a single call, they were able to unlock years, even decades of magic. They were able to say yes to a big project that before were like, I don't know if I can do it. They were able to start movements. They were able to step into one of them. It was Danielle. She was able to step into this Marilyn Monroe energy. And after that conversation, she was just like, I'm all in. And I'm sharing those kind of examples because when I was able to realize the power of my work and my word, right there, I knew, like I mentioned to you before, that I needed to step into a new persona. Hello here. And that took me, instead of take me months or even weeks, it took me a couple of days and a couple of hours of deep integration. And here's the thing. I know many of you are leading a business, you are leading a company, you name it, a movement. But you have to ask yourself if in this position, the things that you're doing, and you don't have to wait for a code to land it. This could be your code. If the things that you're doing right now are actually the things that you know are required for you to bring into experience the things that you want. And this is not about improving, ladies. This is not about stretching. It's about you becoming a new persona. It's about you holding a different power. And yes, we utilize tools such a nervous system, reprogramming your subconscious mind. We use tools to remove the energy of the trauma, perhaps. But the most important part is that you decide to step into a new persona. And from there, yes, we utilize those tools to land into the frequency, into the energy, and maintain it. but you can do it in 1 second. You can do it in 1 minute. And yes, from there, the work behind is going to help you to hold that energy, to hold that frequency, and from there to make new decisions. Going back to the experience that I went through. So when I let that code land, I was able to see, like I mentioned, my power, the power of my work, the experience that I do have, and I start to analyzing what are the parts of my life work that are not in alignment. What are the parts of my life work that I'm still putting in order to prove? Or what are the parts of my life work that I'm still nor actually showing, because you name it. So from there, I start to refine that part. Also, big part of my boundaries as well, and the standards, especially with the people that I work one-on-one, because I know that your life, if you work with me, your life will change immediately, period. I'm not going to say by being in my presence and by being in my energy, but I'm saying that your life will change. I know that, for sure, and for the good. You do business with me, your life improve. That's it. So, when I start integrating those things, I start to see that some of the even the clients that I was working with, they were no longer a just to renew, and that's okay. That was okay for me. I was just like, that's okay. So another thing that I went through, I had worked in a project for 15 months. I initiated this project, and that was spectacular. I was leading that back then, back in 2024, part of 2025, and I was feeling so light up. But in March, I decided to just kind of suspend the recordings. And then last week, I immediately felt, after stepping into a new persona and into this energy, I felt like this is a no. Part of me was just like, let's put it on, because we said that I was trying to be loyal to who I was, but I have to, I right there, I have to be really, really radical honest with myself. And let me tell you, those are the moments where when you define your evolution. Those are the moments, not the moments where you're here, the moments where there's situations behind the scenes, behind the business, and you have to move as a new persona. So I decided to let that go for this season. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna happen forever, or I'm not gonna just shift it around. And sending the emails, having those conversations, I'm telling you, I was confronting. I was willing to have this confrontation of like, why not? Or maybe people are not accepting this. And let me tell you, some of them, they were like, that's good, that's nice, amazing, love it. There were others that weren't even replying to me. And from there, I didn't shy away from the truth. I didn't shy away from this new version. Makes sense? Another big thing that happened as well last week, my daughter, she graduated from elementary, and a couple of days before, I knew that in that ceremony, I needed, quote unquote, have this interaction with her father. And for me, it was like, I don't want to see him, this and that. And I did have this moment where I said, you know what, I'm no longer available to shy away. I'm no longer available to hold this part of me, to be this woman who is still holding loops from the past. I'm not available for that. And when I made that decision, the God, source, universe, I call it God, gave me the opportunity to reaffirm that. At the ceremony, I forgot the invitation, so I did have to go in a separate line. He came with the invitation, so he invited us to my mother and myself, and I didn't have to wait. After the graduation, he invited us to have breakfast with him and the kids. Before I was like, hell no. But in that moment, the new energy, the new woman said yes. And during the lapse between the school and the place where we get to eat breakfast, I hold one of the most powerful conversations with him. No resentment, the past was dissolved, the energy was shifted, even we make arrangements for the kids. And this was possible because I was no longer the woman who I was before. I was not improving my mood. I was not trying to feel gratitude about him. I changed the thing. Make sense? So, and I mentioned those examples because when you step into a new persona and you no longer try to improve yourself, when you no longer try to stretch who you are, instead of you like from the root, just step into a new persona. And of course, you utilize the tools that will help you to anchor that, like nervous system, reprogram your subconscious mind. Maybe you do also trauma healing, you name it. There's so many tools, right, that we can use, but those are tools. The woman that gets to decide and the woman that gets to say yes to this new energy and step fully is you. And once you do, everything around you change. Not in years, not in months, it could be in days, in hours. And this is the kind of work that I get to offer to my clients. And by the way, with this weekend, we share as well the opportunity to work one-on-one with me. I no longer do intensive months, but for this occasion, I felt the intuition of like 1 month, 3 months, and 7 months. 1 month where we can dive into your current situation. It could be, and this is the thing that I want you to pay attention. We can dive into business, fitness, and also identity, which is the huge part. So my life work is not only for the business, or it's not only for you, for the physique. I combine the years of experiences and the codes that I live through. I live by. I live by. And this is the kind of conversation that you want to have, and the kind of partnership, I call it partnership, when you get to work one-on-one with me. Because right there, we can work in a specific, we can go 1 month, like I said, or 3 months, or 7 months. Can you imagine what we can do the rest of the years? You and I, one-on-one. And this opportunity is only available until June 6th. After that, the minimum to work with me is gonna be 3 months. And of course, the price is gonna increase as well, because during this initiation, this part of me was asking me also to raise the standard, not only when I was coming to my live work, but also to my pricing. Because like I said, if you work with me, if you do business with me, your life automatically change. Not because of the energy, but that is a huge part, but because you are working with someone that has the codes, someone that has the results. I've been sharing a lot of my fitness journey, and also how I made the first 30K in the first weeks of my business back in 2021, how I reversed my age as well. So there are things, and I'm not coming from a mentor's program. And of course, I do have support, but I'm not coming from regurgitated information, and that is the difference. So that is going to be available, like I said, until June 6th. If you want to be part of that or know more details, you can send us a DM, and we can support you with that as well. By the way, there's another way to work. If you don't if you don't love one-on-one, if you thrive on groups, we have the woman behind the business. And give me 1 second. The woman behind the business is actually this 12 week program, where it's not just models and not just like wigs and just flop. Actually, this program has been operating since 2021. The first part was called the Dream Lifestyle, and then we changed the name in 2022 to Untether, and now is the woman behind the business. We've been refining. Now for this edition, we add in trauma healing and also nervous system regulation, because I noticed that there was kind of a big gap with some of my clients as well. So this specific program is for you if you already have clients, you're already working with clients, but you are now in this stage of like everything feels like right, or maybe you start really well, like I said, you make the money really fast and then try, and then you're applying one strategy there, and things don't seem to move. And sometimes it's because either it's a trauma, either there's some things with your nervous system. And here we get to address everything, because we also work in the identity work, and we use a specific method that I back engineer. This is not coming from mentors, this is not coming from other people, it's coming from my own wisdom, and I know it works if you do the work as well. For that, you can apply. We're gonna start this month, so we have still a couple of weeks to go. All right, the third option to work with me right now is if you want to do this identity work, but in a way that it's not only identity work and doing scripting and visualizing her and how she looks, how she dressed. We're going really deep. We're going to have a VIP group day on September 13th to be exact. It's going to be a Saturday right there. It's not a workshop. It's not like I'm going to receive more information and I'm going to be just sitting down looking at the slides. It's not about that. Right there, you're going to have a complete experience that includes somatics, that includes nervous system regulation, that includes healing, and of course the integration of the new persona. It's not even a new identity, a new persona. And this is going to happen in one day from 9:30 to 5 p.m. all hands-on. I'm not going to give you homework that you're going to go to your house and do it. Right there, we're going to do the work. And this is really potent. By the way, I have to say that even the investment is just mind-blowing, because it's for the things that you're going to receive. It's just like no joke. I'm really getting excited about this, because in that specific day, we're going to utilize the method as well. And this is a 3-step method that it changed my life, and I know it's going to change yours. If you want to increase your income, if you're in a dry season, if you're trying the strategy, if you're changing the external and nothing is shifting, you want to come to this specific date. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas, September 13th. By the way, we want to celebrate as well with a luxury dinner as well. So it's going to be really fun. And we have another option, and this is only one spot that we have. It's for the weekend. You come with me on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. You're going to have your hotel reservations. You're going to have someone that is going to pick you up at the airport. You don't have to worry about nothing. Just your ticket from the flight. Or if you live here in Texas, if you want to drive, or if you live here in Dallas, it's going to be even more easier. But that specific spot, you come on Friday, you check in the hotel. That is going to be ready for you. We're going to have a 60-minute session, and then we're going to have dinner on Friday. You're going to have access to the whole day on Saturday, also the dinner, and we're going to have brunch on Sunday as well. That it comes with a month of Voxer after this interaction to integrate. Can you imagine? This is just mind-blowing. I'm telling you, this is fucking mind-blowing. All right. Let me know here in the comments how this is landing, and I know it's kind of a lot of information, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and that way you can come back and rewatch it again. And we're gonna go during the next few days and weeks into more details, and that way it's gonna be really clear if this is for you or not, right? Because I know it's not for everyone, and that's okay. We don't want to be for every single one. We are here for the woman that is ready to receive, for the woman who is ready to create something bigger. All right, we have also if you're watching this before June 10 and June 6, We have 2 events. On June 6th, we have our open house for the woman behind the business. If you want, this is not a coaching session. This is not going to be a masterclass. It's going to be a transmission where you get to feel the energy of the woman behind the business, the program. You get to ask questions and decide if the program is for you or not. And this is not for the woman that I'm going to try it. It's not kind of shit. This is for the woman as well as me. You know what is for you, but if this opportunity gets to offer to you, you want to be part of the energy. Really feel. Makes sense? So for that, DM me. And as well, we have an upcoming complementary event. We said complementary or free, but it's not free because it requires your presence. It's going to be on June 10th. It's called Purpose, Profit, and Pleasure. Right there, I'm going to give you the 5 elements. You need 5 elements that are going to help you to actually move the needle on your business. If right now it feels right, if right now it feels forced, if right now it's kind of you know that you are meant to lead a business that feels really rich, really good, that also you have profit every single month, because we are not doing charity. Ladies, here, right here, you want to attend that masterclass. I promise you it's going to be life-changing. All right. So let's make a little recap. This video was about evolution and the difference between evolution and improving who you currently are. And it was big. It is big. You don't want to improve. You don't want to stretch. What you want right now is to step into a new persona. And yes, we utilize tools such nervous system regulation, trauma healing, subconscious reprogramming in order for you to enter that new frequency and that energy. But you can change that in one day and decide from there. This is the new persona. Those are my boundaries, my standards. Make sense? So hello, Joanna. So if you have any questions about also the programs that we mentioned and also the complementary events, you can DM us. With that being said, have a beautiful day and I'll see you soon. Take care.